Ever wondered how the deeply rooted conflict between Israel and Palestine began? Let's journey back in time to the end of World War I, the downfall of the Ottoman Empire, and the subsequent British control over Palestine. This period of British rule was marked by a notable event in 1917, known as the Balfour Declaration. This document expressed British support for a Jewish homeland in Palestine, a decision that would have far-reaching implications. With this backing, the following years saw a significant increase in Jewish immigration to Palestine. This influx, however, was not met with open arms by the local Arab population. The arrival of these new settlers stirred tension, as both groups, the Jews and the Arabs, laid claim to the same land. This was more than a dispute over territory. It was a collision of national identities, of histories and futures intertwined. Thus, the stage was set for a clash between two national movements. So, how did this tension escalate into an outright conflict? Well, let's rewind to the late 40s. The United Nations came up with a partition plan in 1947, proposing the creation of separate Jewish and Arab states within Palestine. Sounds like a fair solution, right? But the Arab nations didn't think so. They outright rejected this plan, leading to a civil war. In the midst of this chaos, something monumental happened. In 1948, Israel declared its independence. This didn't sit well with the neighboring Arab states, which instigated a war. It was a tumultuous time, with the newborn state of Israel on one side and a coalition of Arab nations on the other. The war ended, but the peace didn't last. The aftermath deepened the rift between the two sides, with neither willing to back down. The stage was set for a struggle that would continue for decades. The aftermath of the war deepened the rift, with neither side willing to back down. This brings us to the question, why has the conflict persisted for so long? The Six-Day War of 1967 marked a turning point, with Israel capturing the Gaza Strip, the Sinai Peninsula, the West Bank, and the Golan Heights. This significantly increased the stakes in territorial disputes and amplified tensions. The status of Jerusalem remains a contentious issue as both parties claim it as their capital. The Israeli settlements in the occupied territories are seen as a violation of international law by many, further fueling the dispute. The rights of Palestinian refugees, displaced since the mid-20th century, also remain unresolved. This, combined with the failed peace attempts, has led to recurring cycles of violence and truce. Despite numerous international efforts, these deeply rooted issues have not found a permanent solution. The conflict is further complicated by the intricate political, cultural, and religious layers that exist within it. This complex web of issues has kept the Israel-Palestine conflict alive, with no clear end in sight. In conclusion, we've journeyed through the post-World War I origins of this conflict, witnessed the birth of Israel and the ensuing wars, and grappled with the persistent issues fueling the strife. While the path to peace remains uncertain, understanding the history of this conflict is a step in the right direction.